Orchids are known for their exquisite and diverse blooms, making them a popular choice among both beginner and experienced gardeners. However, they can be a bit challenging to care for compared to other houseplants. Proper orchid care and cultivation involve understanding their specific requirements in terms of light, water, humidity, temperature, and potting medium. Here's a comprehensive guide to nurturing these beautiful blooms. Light. Orchids generally require bright, indirect light. Too much direct sunlight can scorch their leaves. Different types of orchids have varying light preferences, so it's important to research the specific requirements of the orchid you have. Phalaenopsis, moth orchids, for example, thrive in low to medium light conditions, while cattleyas prefer higher light levels. Watering. Orchids should not be overwatered. The soak and dry method is commonly recommended. Water the orchid thoroughly when the potting medium feels dry to the touch. But make sure the pot has good drainage to prevent waterlogged roots. Avoid letting the orchid sit in standing water, as this can lead to root rot. Humidity. Orchids are accustomed to humid environments. Most orchids prefer humidity levels between 50% and 70%. If the air in your home is dry, consider using a humidity tray, a humidifier, or misting the orchids occasionally. Temperature. Orchids come from various climates, so temperature requirements vary. However, many orchids thrive within a temperature range of 60 ADF, 1527 C, during the day and a slightly cooler temperature at night. Some orchids require a distinct drop in temperature at night to trigger flowering. Potting medium. Orchids are often grown in specialized potting mixes that provide good drainage and aeration for their roots. Common materials in orchid potting mixes include bark, sphagnum moss, perlite, and charcoal. Repotting should be done when the medium breaks down or the orchid outgrows its container. Fertilization. Orchids require nutrients for healthy growth and blooming. Use a balanced, water-soluble orchid fertilizer and dilute it to half the recommended strength. Fertilize every 2-4 weeks during the growing season, spring and summer, and reduce or stop fertilizing during the dormant period, fall and winter. Air circulation. Good air circulation is crucial for preventing mold, bacterial, and fungal growth. Ensure there is adequate space between orchid plants and avoid overcrowding them. Pruning and repotting. Prune dead or yellowing leaves and cut back spent flower spikes to encourage new growth. Repot orchids every 1-2 years, using fresh potting mix and a slightly larger container if needed. Pest and disease control. Keep an eye out for common orchid pests such as aphids, mealybugs, and scale insects. Regularly inspect your orchids and treat any infestations promptly. Maintain good hygiene by removing dead plant material and debris. Choosing the right orchid. Different types of orchids have varying care requirements. Beginners often find success with Phalaenopsis orchids, as they are more forgiving and adaptable. Remember that orchid care can be a learning process, and it's normal to encounter challenges along the way. Observing your orchid's specific needs and adjusting your care routine accordingly will help you develop a strong nurturing technique.